I'm sure most of us will agree that no holiday, especially Thanksgiving, is complete without some sort of a pie. Today, we are going to be making a healthier version of a classic pecan pie in little mini single servings. What's up, MMC? It's Bella here, your lead nutritionist and recipe developer. As I mentioned, today we are going to be making mini pecan pies. Now, these are low in carbohydrates, they have no added sugars, and they taste still absolutely delicious. So, for this recipe, you are going to need 2.5 cups of almond flour, 1/3 cup sweetener of your choice. I'm going to be using monk fruit sweetener today. I do like the Lakanto brand. In here we've got 1/4 cup of ghee. Now you can also sub grass-fed butter that's just been softened, or for dairy-free you can use coconut oil. You're going to need 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, and then 1 egg. Now those ingredients are all for the crust. For the filling, that delicious gooey, chewy, ooey, whatever you want to call it, pecan pie filling, you are going to need 3/4 cup, again, of ghee or grass-fed butter or coconut oil, whatever one you fancy. 3/4 cup of sweetener. Now for the filling, I'm actually using powdered swerve. Similar to monk fruit sweetener, it is a sugar alcohol blend, so it has no added carbohydrates. It doesn't spike the insulin levels in the body, so another really great one. In here, we've got 1.5 cups of coconut milk, the full fat kind that comes in the can. 1/2 teaspoon of Himalayan sea salt, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. We've got another egg going in to the filling. This is going to be pasture-raised and organic. And then for the star of the show, the pecans, 1/4 cup of halved pecans. And then also 1/4 cup of crushed pecans. I just pop mine into my Vitamix for a quick little blend. All right, so let's get going. We're going to start off by making our crust. So what you want to do is preheat your oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Then what you're also going to do is grab a cupcake tin like so. Now you can just grease the wells, but I really love to use these silicone liners because it just really ensures that they don't get stuck. You can very easily just kind of peel them off and pop a little pie into your mouth. It's fabulous. So just prepare your pan however you're going to be doing it. And then to make our crust, we just grab a big bowl like so and grab all of your dry ingredients and pop them in. So your almond flour is going in there and your sweetener. Just give that a little bit of a stir, just combining it. And then you're going to add your softened ghee or your coconut oil or your butter, whatever you're using today. That little bit of sea salt. As always, just try and use that Himalayan sea salt. And then we are going to pop in that little bit of vanilla extract. So I just like to use the cap, honestly. Popping that in. Fabulous. And then we're also going to crack in that good old pasture-raised egg. So crack that in as well. Beautiful. And then just using a wooden spoon, you can also use a food mixer here. Just kind of mix everything together until a crust forms. So it's going to be like a very thick dough. Just keep mixing, make sure you get everything in there. Little tip, you may want to, if you're not afraid of getting a little bit messy, use your hands just to really be able to get all of that flour and mix it all together really nicely. Perfect, it's coming together well. All right. Looking fabulous. It smells so good. I love the smell of ghee. I don't know about you guys, but I just love it. Probably because it signifies to me something delicious is going to be made. All right, and then all you're going to do is pop 1 tablespoon of the dough into each little well, and then just press it down to form a little mini crust. So a little tip here, if you guys don't, for some reason, like the sound of mini pies and you just want to do a full one, you can actually use the exact same ingredients and exact same recipe. Just pop this filling into, of course, just, you know, a regular pie tin. So essentially just split the batter between all of the liners. I'm gonna Probably just start there. And then using your hands, just press down into the cupcake liner, forming a little well at the bottom. Okay, we are looking fabulous. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, setting that off to the side. Very, very simple. Now all you do is pop this into the oven for 10 minutes at that 350. Just keep an eye on it. You want these to be golden brown, but not overly crisp in any way, because of course we are gonna make our filling, pop them in, and then put them back in the oven. So just get them a little bit nice and toasty, and we will meet back here. We're gonna then move on to make our filling. Alrighty, now we're gonna move on to our filling. So what I would love you to do is grab a small to medium sized saucepan and pop in there your ghee. And then also add in your sweetener. And then what you are going to do is heat this over a medium-low heat for about 5 minutes, just stirring continuously. You want to obviously make sure that it doesn't burn in any way, and just really stir to incorporate. The ghee is going to melt, and hopefully the sweetener will combine and dissolve into there. So pop it on the stove. All right, so when your ghee and sweetener has melted, what you're gonna do is add in that coconut cream. Make sure you get it all, because it's just delicious. And then you're also gonna add in your sea salt and that vanilla extract. So pop that in. And then what you're gonna do is bring this back to the stovetop. You're gonna pop it over a very low heat and just simmer it for about 20 minutes. It's gonna become thicker, it's gonna become darker in color. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna let it cool pretty much completely. And same thing with the pie crust. Once you pull them out of the oven, probably in just a few minutes here, let both things cool absolutely completely before we move on to the next step. Alrighty, so our crusts have cooled completely, and our filling, our yummy little ghee mixture, is still slightly warm, but not overly warm. And the reason it needs to be not overly warm is because we're now gonna crack an egg in there, and of course we don't want it to scramble. So, like mentioned, just crack your single egg in there and then quickly whisk it up, incorporating it into the mixture. The mixture's nice and thick at this point, which is gonna make for that delicious, as I mentioned earlier, ooey gooey, I like to call it. Yum. Okay, this is really thickened nicely. This is looking absolutely perfection. Okay, just setting that off to the side. And now we get to fill our little pies. So what I like to do is pop some crushed pecans just at the bottom of each little mini pie. Probably about 1 teaspoon. Then what I'm gonna do is pour some of the mixture into each well. Gorgeous. So just kind of fill it up. That one's a little overflowing, whoopsie. And then what I really like to do is just pop 1 or 2 pecan halves on the top. Maybe one looks prettier. Oh, that one's a disaster. Just to kind of top off our little pies. Beautiful. All right, and the very final step here is to bake these for about 20 to 30 minutes. Again, at that 350 degrees Fahrenheit, so the top everything should set and become perfect little pecan pies. These look absolutely perfect. I'm so excited for you guys to try them. Oh, this pecan's flown off. All you have to do now is let these cool, and please do, otherwise you will burn yourself, because these are absolutely piping hot. But they're delicious, and I really hope more than anything that you guys love them. Whether you use these for a Thanksgiving spread, at Christmas, at any holiday that you celebrate, or just as is, these are a healthier alternative to regular pecan pie. And one of my favorite things about them is they're just already ready in little tiny portions, so you can just pop them out and eat one whenever you fancy. I hope you guys absolutely love these as much as me and my family do. Thanks so much for hanging out and cooking with me today, guys. I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will see you all very soon in another recipe video.